We just go by merit and let the best actor win, which seems like what happened when Ana de Armas just got picked to play Marilyn Monroe, even though she's Cuban with an accent. Hey, maybe she should play Fidel Castro. And James Franco can play Marilyn Monroe, and then we can all stay in our lanes. Is that what diversity and inclusion look like now? Everybody's staying in their lane? Lawrence of Arabia was gay. Peter O'Toole wasn't. I can live with that because he was so cool.
Think about it. What's the Democratic message in one sentence? Go ahead, try it. See, that's the problem. Meanwhile, the other side has slogans you can put on a hat. And hats matter. I know that sounds stupid, but it's true. Politics is communication, and communication needs to be clear. And then there's this obsession with purity. If you're not 100% aligned with every position, every phrasing, every hashtag, you're out. You're problematic. You're canceled. That's not a winning strategy. That's a book club with rules. Politics is about addition, not subtraction. You win by bringing more people in, not by kicking them out for failing a vocabulary test. And let me say something that might really get me in trouble. Most voters are not extremists. They're not living on Twitter. They're not spending their day dissecting language. They're worried about their rent, their job.
Caught hell for playing a Hawaiian, Jake Gyllenhaal for playing a Persian, Gal Gadot for wanting to play Cleopatra, Johnny Depp for playing an Indian, even though he's not an actual Comanche, and spoiler alert, he also doesn't really have scissor hands. And he's not actually a drunken pirate. Okay, bad example. Tom Hanks now says that if Philadelphia were made today, he wouldn't do it because the character was gay and he's not. Well, besides the fact that this would force all gay actors to reveal their sexuality, even if they didn't want to, great actors, which Tom is one, try hard to keep their private lives private so we don't think of their real lives when we see them in a movie that attempts to transport us into a different world. Could you really look at this actress now and not think of the trial? Should she only play
Job, their kids, their future. And when Democrats spend more time arguing about symbolic issues than practical ones, it sends a message, whether intended or not, that they're out of touch. Now, does that mean those issues don't matter? No, but it does mean you have to prioritize. You have to meet people where they are, not where you wish they were. Because here's the harsh reality. Elections are not about being morally superior. They're about getting more votes. And if your strategy makes you feel righteous but loses elections, congratulations. You just handed power to people you claim are dangerous. That's the part one don't understand. If the stakes are really as high as you say they are, democracy, rights, the future, then why would you adopt a strategy that alienates the very people you need to win? It's like trying to save someone from drowning by yelling at them for not knowing how to swim. And look, I get it. Passion is good. Conviction is good. But persuasion? That's better. And persuasion requires empathy. It requires listening. It requires understanding that not everyone who disagrees with
What's
why.
Daniel Day-Lewis really like? I haven't a clue, which is why he's so great. Because when he plays Lincoln, I only see Lincoln. I don't think, well, there's a British heterosexual. But Hanks says, I don't think people would accept the inauthenticity of a straight guy playing a gay guy because, quote, we're beyond that now. Don't get him started on bosom buddies.
All right, I know this is the part where half of you at home go, oh, here he goes again, and the other half lean in like I'm about to confirm everything you already believe. But just stay with me for a second, because this isn't about picking a team. It's about asking why a team that should be winning so often keeps fumbling the ball at the 1-yard line. Let's talk about Democrats. My people. Yes, still my people. I didn't suddenly wake up and become a Republican. Calm down, Twitter. But if you can't criticize your own side, you're not thinking, you're just cheering. And Democrats right now, they got a strategy problem, not a values problem. Not even necessarily a policy problem, a strategy problem. And it's the kind that makes you want to grab the campaign manager and say, "Are you trying to lose?" Because here's the thing. Most Americans actually agree with Democrats on
It's a fire. Shawshank Redemption lost to Forrest Gump, some of the most iconic directors of all time. Hitchcock, Kubrick, Tarantino, Kurosawa, Bergman, Fellini, Rob Reiner have 0 wins for Best Director. The Oscars should give out a new award, the Kanye West I'ma Let You Finish Award. Yeah, just put Kanye in the audience every year to jump up and say, "I'm gonna let you finish, but Shawshank is one of the greatest."
a lot of big issues. They want affordable health care. They want fair wages. They don't want corporations running everything like it's a dystopian theme park. That's not controversial. That's mainstream. That's winnable. And yet somehow, Democrats manage to wrap those ideas in messaging that makes normal people feel like they're being scolded by a college sophomore who just discovered sociology last week. You ever notice that? It's not the policy that turns people off. It's the tone. It's the vibe. It's the constant feeling that you're about to be corrected, educated, or canceled. And look, I'm not saying there aren't real issues around race, gender, and inequality. Of course there are. But when every conversation sounds like a TED Talk delivered by someone who hates you, people tune out. And then Democrats act shocked. Why are we losing working class voters? Maybe because you stopped talking to them like they're human beings and started talking to them like they're a problem to be fixed. Here's a crazy idea. Voters don't like being insulted. I know, groundbreaking. Write that down. But
Really giving out the makeup for a snub Oscar when an actor gets one because the Academy stepped on its the first 10 times the guy should have won. Al Pacino in The Godfather, Godfather 2, Serpico, Scarface, Dog Day Afternoon. I could go on. Crickets. Then he plays a blind guy who screams, "Hoo-ha!" and "Welcome to the winner's circle." It's like honoring Michael Jordan for when he played baseball.